a podcast created by two guys brought together by movement, transformed into brotherhood. The boys share their authenticity as they deep dive into what it means to explore this human experience. Shedding light on personal trials and accumulated wisdom, Conscious Collingwood is meant to provoke thought and insight to expand your personal awareness. Come along for the journey as Justin and Jeff exemplify what it means to be a man living wholeheartedly, balancing the divine, masculine, and feminine. Welcome to Conscious Collingwood.
How was your Saturday? Did you enjoy that?
You can turn that light off if you want. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I think I was in the mood to ramp up.
Yeah, me too as well.
So the genre of music wasn't what I was wanting, but that's okay too. Like he was he's an amazing artist.
Beautiful voice,
very skilled. Yeah, I wanted something.
I thought there'd be more socializing and more, I don't know, whatever. It doesn't matter, but
everybody's very polite when he was playing. You were listening.
Yeah.
You were talking.
This isn't going in. Yeah.
You were talking, but everybody else was listening.
This isn't going in the podcast.
Why not?
I was starting over.
How dare you?
It's not.
Fucking how dare you? That's an honest conversation.
No.
Who are you trying to please?
Nobody, but I just think, it's feedback that might get back to them, and it's just not necessary. No. You need to be cleaned. Okay, we got to start this thing.
You're funny, bro.
We only have so much time.
Yeah, we only have so much time. We got men's group. Tuesdays, men's group. Podcast, men's group.
Yeah, let them all talked out.
Podcast.
Nothing left my wife.
Men's group. Pilates.
Are you doing Pilates?
Clients. Breakfast.
You're doing Pilates today?
8:30. Yeah.
At 11.
Yeah, we're taking Pilates classes to understand Pilates and work with the team to define what Pilates is at Everlove. And then, yeah.
And you won't eat breakfast till after that?
Dude, I wish I could have eaten it before, but I didn't have time.
Oh, I haven't eaten. Yeah, I had a banana this morning so far. I'll go grab a smoothie just around the corner from the lovely lady at Press.
Oh, no, that's nice.
And then I like to support her, so I give her some money every Tuesday, it seems. And then I'll go home for big breakfast too after men's circle and stuff.
Metabolic flexibility. I do enjoy my ability to not be so reliant on food.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong, I'm a fucking Taurus, so I like to eat. And it kind of annoys me when I don't get to eat when
the machine's hungry.
When I want.
Yeah.
But my ability to hold off is.
I was actually nauseous the other morning because it's just my body is very routine oriented. Gets up, does its thing first thing in the morning, get my teeth brushed, cleaned up, and then it's looking for nourishment. And the other morning I didn't, because sometimes I can go till 11, even 12 maybe, and I'll just drink my water and whatever else, and maybe I will have a banana or some light fruit or something, but nothing big, and it can sustain me. But the other day I was fucking nauseous. It was like, I need some food. It was very interesting.
Some water.
I didn't like the feeling.
Do you drink water?
Yeah, it didn't satiate me.
Huh.
Anyway.
Yeah, I think it's very important to gain that metabolic flexibility where your body goes from being dependent on food to being able to use the reserves.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say that you have any. No, we all do. We all have a little bit of fat on us. And if you don't, you're probably unhealthy. If you're so skinny that you don't have fat, your hormones are probably fucked. So it's good to jump into metabolic flexibility.
Is that a scientific term?
Yep. Yeah. So you're not just burning sugar all the time, and
no, but your hormones are fucked.
Yeah. If you don't have fat,
that's scientific.
Oh yeah.
You see that in the
textbook. Have you ever had a conversation with a bodybuilder that's now 4% body fat or whatever it is, and yeah, that's not an enjoyable conversation. They're fucking on edge. They're pissed. It's not healthy. You need fat.
That's funny.
And fat is cholesterol. Pretty much is the basis of all hormone.
It's funny how all these things that have been deemed to be unhealthy are actually healthy for us, right? It's just
I wonder why.
Salt, cholesterol.
Yeah. Fuck.
Egg yolks.
Oh,
like, you name
don't
it.
get me wrong. Don't get me started on egg yolks. I understand it as a preference. Like Ariana, she'll not want yolks. She just wants the white. I don't think it's a cholesterol thing. It's a preference thing. But I'm like, oh, you're missing out. Choline, cholesterol.
Plus delicious.
Yeah.
Here's a question. Can you eat eggs and chicken at the same time?
Yeah. Sometimes I've mixed
it and I feel like it's wrong. Like it's sacrilegious or something. It's like, this is what you could have been if you had been fertilized.
Yeah.
You could have been a whole chicken.
It's kind of fucked up when you think about it.
It's like a weird...
You're mixing a baby that wasn't even born in utero with an adult.
It's just
eating it.
It's yeah. I can't. I've only done it a few times, and it just fucks my head a little bit.
No, it doesn't fuck with me at all.
You're a savage, though.
No, I'm a meat eater.
Listen.
I'm a meat believer.
Yeah.
I believe in meat.
To each their own, you know.
Yeah.
Justin, I have to start off with an apology and an omittance. I fact-checked myself after
Jesus Christ.
our last recording. When I brought up that whole anger topic, I really, because I think it's a blessing and a curse. Whenever something comes out of my mouth, I scrutinize what I said. I'm very critical of my words, and I'll just fact check and look back to make sure I was accurate. And I wasn't, because I'm like, oh, when's the last time I was angry? Oh no, I'm holier than thou. I don't get angry anymore. That's a complete lie.
Yeah, when were you angry?
Well, all the stuff that Ella went through in the summertime around her volleyball stuff and friend stuff. I was pretty upset with the ceiling the other day about just the landlord and it not getting done and me,
okay.
You know?
I was worried about it was my work.
No. This is all me.
Okay.
I should have just kept ramping this up. But my whole point is, it's like, I think I was never my intent to come across as holier than thou, but I think what my point was is I've gotten better at emotional control, where I don't let it, linger and I don't whatever. But I was lying. I've been angry in the last 2 weeks. So anyway, bit of a funny share.
I'm sure it wasn't you were trying to be holy or anything. It was probably you forgot.
Which is maybe a good thing.
Yeah. You're not supposed to hold on to everything.
Yeah.
And it's good. Let it go.
No, it's healthy.
That's healthy.
Yeah. Look at
your
me.
ability to fucking let that anger go.
But it was funny.
Yeah, anger's like drinking poison and expecting someone else to die.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I was just thinking about it, like that prompt, and I was just like, oh no, I told myself a bit of a lie.
Yeah, well, that's what makes you a good person.
Fucking wanted to rage.
Yeah. Fucking rage room.
Yeah, but no, it. To your point, it doesn't linger. It comes in and out now.
Mm-hmm.
Don't attach myself to it. Anyway.
No, a business idea I just had in my mind. A rage room. And then we get sponsored by therapists, and we just put their cards at the front desk. Like,
Can you imagine actually,
Yeah.
because these exist, right? Can you imagine
Are
going
you ready
somewhere?
to really let it out?
No.
Call.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Call Don.
Call Don, yeah.
Local therapist.
You go to a thrift shop and just buy a bunch of lamps, old shitty lamps from the 70s and, old computers and TVs and put some goggles on and a sledgehammer and just...
Fucking go, boy.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Imagine the mess you'd have to clean up as a business. Like...
Yeah. Sometimes you'd probably get in there and be like, what the fuck happened in here?
I just go shovel some gravel. I mean, I've got my outlets.
Oh, shovel. That's a good one. Hey, maybe that's a business idea. Just a room full of gravel.
Yeah.
Fucking fill these buckets.
Yeah.
Whip the buckets around.
Yeah, that's called landscaping. Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, mercy.
Well, thanks for being honest.
Yeah, my pleasure.
And having the courage to self-reflect.
Too much sometimes, I think, but that's who I am.
That's good. I've been thinking a lot about authenticity. Would you say that you're fully comfortable with who you are as a human being?
Am I fully comfortable with who I am as a human being?
Like, to say no when it feels like a no, to say yes when it feels like a yes, to not deny your unique expression as a human being. Like, all those, you've had subtle urges from your soul your whole life to express yourself authentically. And then as we grow up, the urge to fit into society and deny our authenticity or our unique expression to fit in, and then we estrange the parts of us that are truest, and then feel uncomfortable as an adult with who we are in our life because we actually denied ourselves our freest of expressions most of our life. That's been on my mind.
It's a great question.
Because
I'd have to say,
we're teaching, to give context, we're teaching a 50-hour strength and movement teacher training. And I really have been trying to understand what makes a teacher successful. And what has made me successful in almost every endeavor I've gone about, regardless if it's construction or teaching fitness, is my uniqueness, my expression, my authenticity. I'm not trying to fit into a box. The more I was allowed to be myself, the greater I was able to achieve success. So, or even just, larger group classes, like people come because, whether they want fitness or how I express myself authentically,
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to answer?
Yeah.
I would maybe it's two parts. How do I say this? My authenticity would be giving 110% in whatever I do for the most part. Like, I never really cut any corners. But are there parts of me that I'm avoiding, or parts of me that that nudges that I'm not listening to? Because if I was to say no, then that means I'm complete. I'm not learning anymore, or I'm not whatever. So yeah, there's definitely areas where I need to express myself more and lean into things and whatever else. But yeah, there's probably a handful of things.
One thing I love about you is your dry sense of humor. Even in serious or social settings, you will maintain your dry sense of humor, and you'll say some whack shit sometimes, and I really respect that. I think that's your authenticity, and it draws me to you. I'm like, that guy's fucking funny, because one, he's not even laughing, he's holding a straight face in a group full of people, and he just said something whack. So I have respect for anybody that can do that.
Yeah, I think with the crew at Everlove and the community of friends we've created around it and everything that I've been blessed to come in contact with. Yeah, I've been able to be myself. I haven't changed myself. I haven't really done anything to manipulate my personality or whatever to fit in. It's just like, this is me, my sarcastic self, that gives 100% and who cares a lot, right? And gives, I think, quite a bit. So yeah, and I've had that reflected to me too, that people appreciate my honesty, and it's refreshing to some degree.
Yeah, it is. It's refreshing.
So yeah, there's
It's
times
not
where I
that
could probably
common.
keep my mouth shut, but
Yeah. Wow. Is there though, or is that who's actually saying that?
no, sometimes I'll say stuff and I'm like, that probably didn't have to come out.
Like why?
Yeah, huh?
Like why?
Well,
Is that really true?
oh, because I care about people's feelings, obviously, and stuff, and I think sometimes it's like, oh, that might have offended somebody, or not even offended, but hurt their feelings or something. And I'm not talking about woke shit. I'm just, my joke or whatever I was saying might have come across a little too sharp. It was like, ooh, that was a little much.
But is that the people pleaser in you?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Like, I really want to question that in the sense of, like, fuck it. Can you actually just fully be you?
Mm-hmm.
And it's up to another person to fully accept you as the person you are and realize...
That's a good share. That's a good reflection, dude. It could just, the people pleasing. It's wanting to be accepted and whatever else. And if I'm going to say something that's offensive or whatever,
because accepting
funny or
is
not,
being you're conforming to somebody else.
That's a good point, yeah. Can I tell a quick story?
Yeah.
So, you and your goddamn shrooms there on your birthday party.
Yeah.
That heightened all my feelings.
Yeah.
So, it's near the end of the night there, and everyone's dissipating and going home, whatever else. Dissipating. Anyway, they're going home, and we're in the kitchen there, and Kaylee was asking for some help to pack because they were doing some renovations at the house, and so they were moving to their other spot in the property. And she asked me if we could help move, and I was just direct. I don't know. I was just like, listen, if I'm coming in here, I'm moving, and then I'm leaving. Like, I'm not here to pack spoons and fucking hang around. Like, I'm not doing all your packing for you.
Yeah.
But it was a lot more direct and sharp than that.
Yeah.
And she said something. She was like, "Oh, thanks for your honesty," or something like, "Wow, Jeff, you never amaze me. You're just always so direct," or whatever the hell she said. It was just very, and I was like, "Oh," but because of the mushrooms, I think it really enhanced my feelings. And dude, I hung on to that for like fucking 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so later that night, I apologized. Later in the evening, and I came and apologized. She's like, "You've been hanging on to that for that long?" She's like, it was a joke. It was funny, whatever. I'm like, oh, anyway, I was in my head, and I was all emotional about it and whatever else. So it was funny, but
that's what mushrooms do. They allow you to reflect on the parts of you, and then it's up to you to be like, you know what? Fuck yeah, that's okay. Like, what if we were encouraging?
Yeah.
You know? Maybe you've had a lifetime of self-criticism and conforming, and
but here's some deeper stuff. So for me, that comes from that aspect of myself comes from my father, because he is witty, and he says pretty much what's on his mind if there's an opportunity. And for me, the way it came out, and I thought I might have actually hurt her feelings, which I think it's hard to offend Kaylee. But I got deeper about it, and it's like, well, what if packing spoons and being a little more intimate with that experience was nourishing and got into some deeper conversations? But like the way I responded was like, no, I want to be in and out of here. I'm not, dicking around with any vulnerability and fucking packing your knickknacks and stuff. But what if I spend 6 hours with the family and pack their knickknacks and photos and spoons and had deeper conversations? So that's how deep I got on that whole exchange, dude. And that's why I got emotional, because it's like, they're lovely people. Why would I not want to spend more than 45 minutes with them?
Yeah.
Moving their stuff.
Yeah.
So
good.
It was in outer space and back.
That's actually beautiful.
Isn't it?
Because it is like, maybe it was a quick, like you probably, say it wasn't Kaylee, say it was Joe, you definitely wouldn't want to pack their fucking spoons. Mm-hmm. If you want help, like I've been in this situation before, where I get here and nothing's packed, and then you expect me to pack fucking spoons and wrap China. I don't got time for that tomorrow.
Dude, it is. But, it's such a layered topic because, and we've all been there.
Yeah.
But it's like, too, also, I've been very busy with the reno here and just life in general. It's like, I don't have time to do your job, to do your work. So, if you want me to come in and just be a bull and move some stuff, all right, let's do it. We'll knock this out,
That's honest to you. Just said in a very direct way.
Jesus Christ.
But after self-reflection, it's beautiful that you'd want to spend quality time with Kaylee and her family.
Do you think there's people that would listen to this story and go, Jeff, you're a mental case that you would think that much about such a simple situation?
No. Most people, this is obviously a general statement and probably not one you should do, but fuck it. I think, in my experience, most people fester on shit. And it's very unproductive. Not that productivity is, what we're meant to do, but in a sense that, there's life to be lived. You could be enjoying yourself, and you're festering on something that you could have resolved pretty quickly in your mind if you were more clear with your heart, Because the truth is, you love Kaylee and her family.
Yeah. But I'm saying someone on the outside listening to my story and the share right there, would they go, it was just about moving some stuff, Jeff. Why did you go so deep about the whole situation?
Yeah.
Sometimes
I feel like that's, now that, we've hung out quite a bit, 2 years, I would say you're so critical of yourself.
Yeah. Well,
you're the only one thinking about how much you're thinking about yourself.
Well, yeah. It's hard being Jeff sometimes. It's exhausting. It can be, sorry.
No, that's okay.
Oh, mercy.
Embrace that part of you.
Yeah.
It's because you got a big heart.
Yeah. I suppose so. It's a great question, though. It's a authenticity question because, as you're training your associates and trying to expand the business and everything, it's like where are they potentially cutting corners or where are they not being authentic? Because that's what comes up for me when I say not being authentic. You're cutting a corner. You're shortchanging yourself, right? You're
shortchanging yourself and trying to please someone outside of yourself that probably isn't, like, who are you actually trying to please?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The greatest gift of the world is your authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
Express yourself, and that's you're gonna feel more love and more acceptance from that. You'll probably feel a little bit more hate too, but the hate is allowing you an opportunity to love yourself.
Yeah. And
having the courage to actually be you instead of fitting into a mold and trying to please everybody, because you're going to have hate regardless. But when you get hate and you weren't even being yourself, then you got a inner turmoil. Mm-hmm. You're like, fuck me. You're going to face hate regardless. So,
Yeah.
fuck, rather be yourself than try to be someone else.
Yeah. I'm trying to, yeah, I mean, as a teenager and as we grow up, there's that shows up, not being authentic. It's hard. It's scary, right? It can be. But at some point, you gotta sacrifice that all. You gotta be an adult. You gotta be vulnerable and do it.
Yeah.
Express yourself.
Yeah. I'm a fucking badass motherfucker. I like to swing a mace, a kettlebell, lift heavy shit, and I like to paint. You know? And I'm a huge softie.
You're softer than loon shit.
I'm fucking soft, dude. I don't give a fuck.
Soft and supple.
Yeah. And it makes me me.
Yeah.
So, I'm funny as fuck. I say whack shit. Man, put me on a stage. I realized that side of me when I would be in like school, parties. I just got this like hit of dopamine every time I could say something that just made people laugh.
Well, one of my Justin Hyde highlights has to be from the movement experience, and when we were doing the acting bits there, acting out our skits, and you did the intro. Fucking hilarious.
Was it?
Oh,
I don't remember it.
So theatrical.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks.
It was fucking hilarious.
Do we still have that on camera?
I don't know. I'm sure someone has it, maybe.
Wow. That would be funny.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I appreciate that. Thanks.
Yeah. Anyway. Oh. What else, Jay?
What did we talk about last week on the podcast? Was that the anger?
Yeah, anger came up. I don't know if we talked about politics or not. That's starting to seep in a little bit. Let's avoid that one.
Fucking politics. Yeah.
No, thanks.
No, I don't give a fuck. Never have. Maybe will.
Yeah, it's all.
Maybe will in the future.
It's all grand theater, yeah.
Yeah. What'll unfold will unfold.
Yeah.
It's just a reflection of society, so society can heal.
Exactly. I was on the road early yesterday because I went to up north near Perry Sound to grab some material to install in here, and I'm on the fifth episode of Paul's Evolving series.
Nice. How to evolve your career?
Yeah, it's the one that resonates I think the most because it's a language I can speak.
Yeah.
I almost feel like I could teach that.
Yeah.
Thing that section of his course, and it was actually refreshing to hear his background more, like really hearing the details of where he's come from, the farm, all the different jobs he had, like, you know, all the things. I was like, wow, that much more respect for the guy, because I didn't know his complete story. I mean, do you ever really know someone's complete story? No, but it just helped paint the picture of who he is, and it's just the wealth of knowledge. Guy, I'm so lucky that I've been introduced to him via you. Like he's a mentor of mine now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Virtually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still a mentor.
Yeah.
You know,
crazy.
Just like who's the person you started getting into conscious? You started studying about consciousness? Does meditations and stuff?
Huh? Well, I don't know.
Who are the people that really sparked your interest in deeper thought?
Well, you know, Abraham Hicks.
Abraham Hicks
was one of the first ones, and then it evolved to like Kyle Cease.
You're not going to meet Abraham Hicks.
I went to one of her seminars.
Oh.
I never met Esther, but I went to one.
Sorry, I thought she was dead.
No, she's still alive, as far as I know.
That's cool.
The funny thing is, dude, about the more information I take in Paul, like, not that Paul, I've listened to so much stuff now, not that it becomes repetitive, but yeah, you start to hear similar stories. Whenever I listen to
Of course.
Yeah, whenever I listen to Tony Robbins, similar stories. Like he's almost a loop when you listen to him from
I bet.
podcast to podcast. It's almost like a fucking branding thing or something. He doesn't miss a beat with the stories he tells. Same with Abraham. Like all of the books, Wayne Dyer, all the books, all the publications these people have, it's the same fucking story on repeat, and maybe just a slight nuance or a different context of how to share the information.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Because life really isn't that complicated.
No. They're trying to share simple principles.
Yeah.
And they have gone through life and collected a story to help create an impact in your mind to be like, fuck, oh, that resonates.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Life, health is very simple. We just confuse the fucking shit out of it because we're trying to conform and fit in.
Mm-hmm. And I think, and more so now than ever, but really learning, and I first heard this stuff through you, and that would have been likely learned through Paul, but the different archetypes, and just having a better understanding of the child archetype, the warrior, the hero, the king, queen, all those, and you start looking at society, you start looking at your parents, you start looking at people around you, and you're like, you start categorizing them, and then you start
victim,
then you start to understand them better.
Saboteur.
Yeah, you can relate, understand, communicate, have compassion and empathy.
The mother or the father.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's very interesting stuff.
Yeah.
And
archetypes are the root language of consciousness. So how we are unconsciously expressing ourselves. Or consciously.
Mm-hmm. And it's so revealing of how many people are still living in the child archetype. I'm just stuck there.
Take care of me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Doctor, tell me why I have a rash.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Yeah. And that was Paul's big message in this career section was, like, you got to become an adult. Like, you got to sacrifice. Like, you got to, figure it away. Like, he had a kid when he was 18 years old, and, the stress of that, and, had no money, and just, hearing the sacrifice that he put himself through to expand himself and whatever. And then, he shared, too, doing jobs he didn't want to do, but he had to pay bills and stuff. Like, that's part of what it is being an adult, right? And, the sense of entitlement we live in these days, and the amount of people that just expect
mm-hmm.
and want to receive without any sort of sacrifice or
mm-hmm.
any workload or anything is just crazy, right? And that's why we're kind of in the shit show we're in. But anyway, I think that kind of ties into authenticity and
absolutely.
not cutting corners. It's like, come on.
Yeah, you can be authentic and not be deserving. Do you feel like there's a skew between, like, if I'm authentic, then I deserve X? But I truly believe, maybe what I'm trying to say is, what it feels like there's a skewed perspective of authenticity out there right now. Like, authenticity is this wild expression, that's really out there. And maybe, and maybe I'm really just talking about woke culture in the sense, like, I'm deserving of X just because I'm X, and the truth is, like, you're not deserving of really, you're a human being, and that's great.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean you don't have to work, hard for something, or do less talking and more listening to learn anything, and then apply what you learn to gain wisdom and knowledge, and then share that with the world when you got a good handle on it,
mm-hmm.
instead of thinking that you know everything, and then also expecting everything to be given to you because you believe that you deserve it when you really don't because you haven't worked for it.
Yeah. I think there is a skew, and I think you're exactly right. And what comes up for me is my sense of entitlement when I had my breakdown breakthroughs. I was working so hard, and I'm reading, and I'm trying to take in new information, and okay, I'm doing all of the business things. I've got a mentor, but I'm not making the money I want, and my buckets are completely out of fucking balance. And, I'm screaming at the universe going like, where's my money? Where's all the material things that I've worked so hard for? Where's the stronger bank account, all that sort of shit. And what I failed to realize was I was out of balance. And I had this sense of entitlement. My ego was out of control. And it's like I wasn't seeing the other side. I wasn't seeing all the blessings. I wasn't seeing all the gratitude and appreciation I should have for life. I was so, I had so many shadows and so many things that are unseen. And if you think about, someone in the woke culture who's, screaming and yelling, they're not willing to listen to the other side. They're completely out of balance. So does that make any sense? Do
you want me to do a wisdom drop here?
Sure.
Whatever you're looking for, you'll find. If you're looking to be upset, if you're looking for all the reasons that, to validate your beliefs about not being worthy, you'll find it.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you're looking for, you will find. It's just, and what you were just sharing there is you weren't seeing, the gratitude,
To me, I described it as like surface level. It wasn't genuine.
Yeah.
It was kind of fake. It was like, oh, I am grateful I've got a house and a beautiful family, all that sort of stuff. No, I wasn't in deep gratitude. It was kind of.
Where was the disconnection?
Kind of
was it the feeling of it?
Well, just immaturity.
Feeling it? Well, what was maturity? What made it from surface level? I would say surface level to soul.
Well, I finally connected with I had to get kicked in the forehead. I had to get kicked down, and then really connect to myself. I really didn't know who I was. Who is Jeff? What makes me up? What has made me who I am? And so, working with my coach Tammy, just started to reveal. Okay, starting this with some really simple tasks that's simple now to me, but back then they were it was a huge ordeal. But understanding what my core values were, not having any really idea. Why do people trigger me? Well, because they don't fall in line with what's your authenticity, integrity, character, loyalty, responsibility. All those things, right? And just really, I don't know how to explain it, dude. It's just a connection with my soul. Really, really seeing that for the first time. And if you see someone who's screaming and yelling into a microphone or into a camera, trying to get the other side to do what they want, it's like you're missing the whole story here. Yeah. You're unconscious.
Yeah.
You're programmed. You found a tribe where you're getting some attention. So you're being validated, but you're completely unconscious to what you're doing here.
Oh yeah.
Right? So.
If you're spouting division, you're clearly.
Yeah.
Need a little shake of the head.
Yeah.
But fucking know what's wild is our human nature loves division.
Mm-hmm.
Loves tribe. Separation.
Yeah.
There can be separation without separation. There can be acceptance that, hey, I found my tribe. I go to Everlove.
Mm-hmm.
These are great people, and I think fitness is great, and I'm so happy that other people find other gyms to go to take care of themselves.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Damn, dude.
That's the other thing, dude. It is radical acceptance, like an element of surrender to where I'm at. I am exactly where I'm supposed to be, and I don't know why. For some reason, that lands. I think some of those lines that I've heard and I've adopted, it connects you with your soul. It resonates, and so there's just some neurons that seem to connect and fire, and you heal yourself. You just go, oh, this makes sense to me, you know?
Because the reason you don't have what you really want is because you're not deserving of it.
Yeah.
Or you'd have it. It'd be yours.
Mm-hmm.
But there's something just...
But it's also patience and time. I could believe in it, but right now is not the right time.
Yeah.
So here's a way of putting it too. It's like, okay, if I had $10 million tomorrow, I know where I want to spend it. I know what I want to do with it. Am I ready for it? No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't have the next business plan really solidified yet. I don't have this fucking renovation done. So it's like, you could give me all the money and all the cars and all everything. I'm not ready for it though.
Yeah.
So there's an element of understanding that you need to, it's in due time it shows up, but have to be patient.
Yeah.
I have to be patient, and
well, you gotta have your come up story.
Yeah.
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 Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's something beautiful that Paul said too in this listen is, it took him, let's just for argument's sake say 30 years of pain and going through hell to get to the point where he can now help people and do his thing. It's like, but if he doesn't go through the fire, how is he supposed to equip himself with information and knowledge and experience? He can't. So, it's still accumulating information.
Mm-hmm. I'm very lucky to have found Paul when I did, because it allowed me to acquire wisdom from a wise man. It's so important that young people find wise men and women that have a lot of life experience to support them through their journey, because then you gain wisdom really quickly. You know? We lost that in the sense, if you feel like you're owed something or you're deserving, you're never actually, or you feel like you know everything, you're not open or receptive to the wisdom of the wise people of the planet.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a foreman in construction, my trigger was when someone said, oh, I know. If I corrected, hey, those studs have to be on 16 inches. They look like they're on 24s.
Mm.
Oh, I know that. Then why the fuck do you do it another way?
Yeah.
Instead, just, change it. Instead of saying that you know something, you obviously don't.
Yeah.
But that's just a little bit of a story. Yeah, I think it's so important to find that authenticity, and I feel very grateful for feeling like I never fit in to find myself in that journey.
Mm.
If you were to support a young person, or regardless, it doesn't have to be a young person, just a person who wants to find greater authenticity, where would you start?
Why would you ask me such a loaded question on the spot like that?
We're just having a conversation.
I think you'd have to take inventory of where they're at to maybe better answer the question, just to see where things are, where they've been, where they want to go. But I think getting just real quiet and still and creating space so you can listen to your thoughts and listen to your intuition. And then from there, you can get some guidance as to what is your authenticity, what is true for you. And then you can start acting upon that.
How would you do that? What's really true? I have it in my head if you want me to share, but
you go ahead.
Well, it would be to define your values. I believe that you hear a person's story, you listen to their dream. A dream is just a direction. If you're not a dreamer, that's fine. You're not going to get anywhere with your life. But this is my opinion. Figure out where that person wants to go, then get all your values out. Be really critical. Are they your values, or are they society's or your parents, and are you trying to conform? Yeah, I think that's a good place to start.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And be radically honest with yourself.
Yeah, I don't know why this is coming up, but I think one thing that, thankfully, I've been equipped with this, but I see it now a lot with, well, I see it in our girls a little bit, and then obviously maybe these younger generations, but just a lack of ability to deal with conflict and pain and struggle. Like there's just this sense of entitlement that life is supposed to be easy, and it's not. Because if there was no struggle, you wouldn't, understand the contrast, right? And so that's also part of this whole equation of finding your authenticity and having a path and some direction is you're going to have to embrace the struggle. Because if you go and express yourself and be authentic, you're going to get some pushback and some hate and everything else. And you got to have the tenacity to push through that and just put blinders on and keep pursuing your dream. But yeah, if you're going to quiver at the first pushback or criticism or something, then you're not being authentic. You're conforming to someone else's will or society's, and what you think they want, etc. So, yeah, people's inability to push through struggle,
persevere.
I think the other thing too,
it's essential.
Yeah.
You are gonna face pushback, being your truest, most authentic self.
And I think the other thing I'm witnessing too is a lot of complaining with that too. And this could be as simple as someone going, okay, well, I've been in this job or this trade for X number of years, and this boss does this, and he takes all the money and spends it here and there, and it's like, well, he owns the fucking business. You go start one then, or complaining about a corporate job or whatever else. And it's one thing to complain and express and share some frustration, but like if that becomes a repeated pattern and a repeated conversation, it's like, well, now you're just complaining, and you're like, do something about it.
Yeah.
So I
don't be a victim. Don't be a victim's a complainer.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Sounds maybe
Yeah, no, it is. Because you're like, oh, life is hard, and like there's nothing I can do about it, and they're not doing what I would do.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Mm-hmm. Go do what you want to do. Stop telling people that they need to live differently than they're living.
Yeah.
Because they're not you. You have every opportunity they have. You just have to find it.
Yeah.
Make it for yourself.
And it's just, for whatever reason, whatever that fear is for them, that's holding them back.
Yeah.
What is the fear?
And if
Figure what that is.
If you believe that you're worthy of the fear, you're always going to be in fear.
Yeah.
Don't fall to the... Yeah. Don't
it's just the
persevere
excuses,
through
right?
the fear.
Just the excuses that people can come up with.
Yeah. False evidence appearing real.
Yeah.
Fuck fear. And fear's going to show up whenever you want to chase something that's worthy of what you actually deserve.
Well, your ego's trying to keep you comfortable. Like, no, we can't go there.
Yeah.
No.
People aren't going to like you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
family's not going to accept you.
Yeah. Something Paul said in the same, like, dude, there's so much information in this Evolve series. Like, it's insane.
Yeah. It's free.
He said, there's enough. There are, students that come into his institute and they'll maybe complain. Let's use the word complain. They'll go, oh, Paul, how am I ready to take on clients or go coach this person or whatever else? Like, how do I know I'm ready? He goes, are you, hopefully I don't butcher this, but it's like, are you larger than, X number of people? No, like you're a more fit person than probably 1 million people. And, are you eating healthier than 1 million people? Yes. So the whole point is, it's like, you have enough information and enough experience to help 1 million people. Like, that's a lot of people. You might not be able, maybe you're right here right now and you can't, help someone who's, above you, but at some point you will be able to. I'm butchering this whole metaphor, but
it's literally going back to what you are looking for, you will find. If you, it's opportunity. Having the perspective of opportunity over looking for every reason, you shouldn't take the leap.
Yeah.
You'll find every reason in the book not to take the leap.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're looking for opportunity, there'll be opportunity everywhere.
Thank you for clarifying that. Yes, that's what he's saying in summary is,
Yeah.
You specifically to the health industry and helping service people, etc. But you could apply that to anything.
Yeah.
So, oh mercy.
That was a fun one.
Yeah. I feel like I bring him up a lot, probably more so than you.
I've had him in my ear for 6 years.
Yeah.
7 years.
But become a bit of an evangelist. Like I feel like Paul is pretty balanced. Like, he hasn't said anything yet that I've really questioned. But no doubt there's some opinions and some philosophies and different ideas. I just haven't come across it yet. But, just a very wise gentleman. And his ability to retain information is mind-boggling.
Yeah. Deeply studied.
Yeah.
He's got a library. It's all his.
Yeah.
And if you pull any book out of the shelf, it's got notes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Some
people have that aptitude, right? Like, that's just that's his gift. That's his calling. It's his ability to recall that information. And yeah. And also, when you're using that information every day, you're going to
he's
retain
repeating
it
constantly.
Yeah. Anyway. Well.
Fuck yeah, dude. I love that. That was fun. Be yourself. Find those that support your growth as an individual, and those are people that champion you and your authenticity. Don't feel like you deserve anything that you don't have, because you don't, until you go for it.
Yeah.
And chase your dreams.
Yeah, I think that the word authenticity's become a little buzzy, right? Like, it's become a bit of a buzzword, and I don't know if Brene Brown really brought it to the forefront, authenticity and courage and all that sort of stuff, but really it's just, authenticity is just following your heart, following your intuition.
Yeah.
And not giving a shit.
Your intuition has tried to guide you since your first day on this planet, and society as a whole, from my perspective, has taught you how to deny it and then fit in a box, or a socially accepted box. Like, you're making us uncomfortable. Like, do this, don't say that. And of course, we have a natural urge, survival. We can't, as a child, survive alone. We need safety, security, and so we look to adults that have not fully expressed themselves and have their own shadows, and project all that the conforming onto the child. So now it's an opportunity to unwind it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is a great way to finish. Boom.
All
right, let's go talk some more at Men's Circle.
Yeah, now it's Men's Circle time. Now we get to do our own little work.
Thank you for being with us. We love recording these podcasts. If you know anyone who would resonate with today's episode, we would be grateful if you would share it with them. If you have any questions or comments, do not be shy and reach out. We would love to connect with you. Until next time, be well, love yourself, and live consciously.